Communication and Photography at the department. I was then the Deputy Vice Chancellor in this university, and the Vice Chancellor directed me to go and chair the board of that center as required by the sponsors. And I recall then that the chairman of China Television will remember that Momo was also on that board, along with a couple of others. And we had to work with Professor AKINFELEYE to ensure that the guidelines of the sponsor of the center were adhered to in total. And I want to say that Prof did an excellent job and made this event very proud. Moving on from there, we were able to establish a very big contract with Bloomberg. And with that Bloomberg initiative for Africa, which involved 4 universities, and University of Lagos was one of the 4. I think we had the thing in 3 countries, 2 centers in each country, 1 mass comm department or institute, and a business department in another institution. In Nigeria, it was UNILAG and the Lagos Business School, and we had to combine to create the center in Nigeria. But when the conference was held in South Africa, RAF ensured that I, as Chancellor of the University of Lagos, was one that spoke on behalf of all these institutions. That is it for you. It will not take a second seat. It will not take a second chance. You want to be in the league. When we were about to set up the television for the University of Lagos, it involved on me to ensure that he got it through. He had so much obstacle. He consulted widely, went around so many times to Abuja, to alumni of UNILAG, all over the communication, and it was proving so difficult for him, but at last he was able to achieve that. So when I think about all this, and it doesn't get a no for an answer, that is how AKINFELEYE. So I want to congratulate you today that you have been honored while you are still alive, and as I said, we that are here with you today want to congratulate you and ensure that God will continue to be your protector. You will enjoy good health for the rest of your life. And we pray that today will just be the beginning of good things in your life. I'm happy to be with you here today, and I thank you for listening. Thank you very much.
Thank you, former Chancellor, Professor Ahmed. Quickly, we'd like to recognize the presence of Professor Ade Ajayi, former CFP. Those, put your hands together, please.
The Honorary Mrs. AKINFELEYE, I stand on the existing protocols on behalf of my husband, the Bishop Theologian, and the former Vice Chancellor of Ajayi University. I want to heartily congratulate you, sir, for this great event. I am a librarian, and I'm also a lawyer, so I cherish books a lot. And I want to say, sir, that the entire Olumakaya dynasty is very proud of you, sir. And as a daughter of the kingdom, we are equally very proud of you. So we say congratulations to you, sir, and we wish you well. God bless you, sir.
as indeed he was to John and and many other people. But I've had the privilege of interacting with him in the course of the work that I did at the University of Lagos, and in the period in which I was privileged to do something for the University of Lagos, along with Professor, the 11th Vice Chancellor of the University, Professor Ahmed, who is an incredible gentleman. And the passion, the enthusiasm, and the encouragement that Professor Akinfeleye brought to the party, along with John at the time, and I think Mark will be actually, if I remember correctly, was such that really I couldn't say no to the invitation to do the School of Media Excellence.
Ladies and gentlemen, the first time that I met Professor Akinfeleye was in 1982. I was editor of the Sunday Times at that time, and I had a degree in mass communication from the University of Lagos. The department, it used to be called Department of Mass Communication, and the lecturers there at the time were largely from UNESCO. They were sent from UNESCO to come and help in servicing the department. So when I got my first degree, I went to work in a newspaper called the Nigerian Chronicle, which was owned by the Cross River State government. And then I left and came to Lagos and worked as editor of Sunday Times. I was in my early 30s at the time, and editing a weekly newspaper didn't really stretch me because I had a lot of energy. So I said, okay, I can go and do a master's. So I went back to Unilag, the mass comm department, to do master's in mass communication, and that's when I met Professor Akinfeleye. I think he just came back from America. And when we finished the course, he gave us a questionnaire. We should fill and assess the program. Is it beneficial? Are we happy with what we learned and so on? It was a very innovative approach to learning and teaching. And I filled the form, and I said to him, there is something here that I have to tell you. I've learned a lot here in the last 9 months, but it's just the theory of it. If I hadn't worked in a newspaper before coming here, I would not take my master's degree and go out and just work in a newspaper unsupervised. So I think that we have to marry town and gown. And I suggested we bring some professionals who are well educated to come and talk to your students, while your own professors can also go to the industry to learn practically what they are teaching. And he took it to heart, and I know that he himself, he came to work with us in Concord, and I'm sure he's going to get from it. He went elsewhere, he worked with the UN organizations in the area of public relations and advertising, and I would say that Professor Akinfeleye is what I would call a complete town and gown man, a major of theory and practice. Prof, thank you very much and congratulations.
We see your article. It's very different. What did you say when we talk about what we were power here? We're giving you it was the inaugural awards for best performance at that time. Mr. Chairman, Mrs. Akinfeleye, the honorary
my great leader and more, and a man that I cherish very much, Dr. Ajayi. My vice president, I must recognize him too. The great Lucia, I love his first name, Lucia. That's a very good name, actually. But he merits his work. He's a great man. Professor Pate, good friend of mine. We're going to look up in Canada in a couple of days' time. And Abix, I call her Abix. We were in school together at the Moscow department. And of course, I also recognize Ruben about it. But indeed, I must say that I'm very delighted to be here this afternoon. It's only a man like Professor AKINFELEYE who would bring the creme de la creme of the journalism industry in Nigeria together in one world. I haven't seen them in a while. It's only you, sir, who can bring them together. And I'm really very elated. So it's good to be here today to share this auditorium with you and to give a brief remark about the man that will come to honor, Professor Aare Afe Babalola. I had something down which was written sometime back, which still holds true to me today. Professor Aare Afe Babalola is a teacher, we all know that. He's a teacher's teacher, a scholar, an administrator, foremost mass communication expert, and journalism maestro. He taught me, he not only taught me and helped me graduate, he taught my wife and helped my wife graduate. So from whatever vantage point you might know him, Professor AKINFELEYE is a mass communication expert and colossus of African journalism. Indeed he is. He is exceptional in so many ways. He's very intelligent. His intelligence is matched by his unassuming personality. And that makes him a rare breed. He possesses an extraordinary ability as a scholar and has an outstanding penchant for descriptive language. He once described those at the villa as being attack dogs, and then caught up. His classes, as far as I remember, were the most exciting and always well attended. We always looked forward to it. He was a consummate teacher. He had a relaxed yet firm disposition, which made the most complex subject easy to understand. He's also very friendly, very, very friendly. And he's friendly not only with his students, his colleagues, and all those around him, and is sincerely, underline that word, interested in their academic success and personal growth. He still calls me up to find out how we're doing, and he still guides me and steers me up to today. So I'm very privileged to be under his tutelage, and I'm very, very proud to be associated with him. As a sound and inspiring teacher who knows the practice of mass communication and journalism from end to end, Professor Aare Afe Babalola left a lasting impression on me about the critical role, the fourth state of the realm, about the role it plays in enlightenment, in information, education, nation building, and human development. His passion about creating an enabling environment and support for the study and teaching of journalism is legendary, and visitors refer to the fact that he made possible the campus television and radio station, the first of the country. So there's hardly any department of mass communication in many universities in Nigeria where Professor Akinfeleye's giant footprints cannot be found. He has a gift, a rare gift of innovative thinking, a visionary spirit, and the tenacious patience required to successfully impart knowledge, lead, and inspire others in journalism education. I'd like to congratulate him today and say to him that we love him and that we wish him the best and that he will continue to excel. And that all his works, his efforts will never be in vain. Because he has so many students, those who have passed through him, who will continue to hold the love for him. Thank you very much indeed. I congratulate you today, and I say to you, well done, bravo, and kudos to you. Thank you.
Now, when the woman I'm going to speak about began to make waves on the political scene, oh God, I said, politics is taking away the germ of broadcasting. But she started growing, and now she's the chairman of the Diaspora Commission, and through her, quite a lot of them achieved. Ladies and gentlemen, the broadcaster for excellence, Honorable Abike. That is well,
Good afternoon. I said Uncle B. You know, for me, it's really such an honor and privilege to be in this gathering of the biggest and the brightest in the profession that I'm so very proud of. So let me start by saying that I'm proud, I can't help but pay my respect and compliments to my big brothers, Mr. Akinfeleye, professors, Chief Shoba and John. When I grow up, I want to be like you. John Moore, to God and I said, John, those of you who want John to come back to television, let's say aye. Those against? Mr. Uncle B, I love and appreciate you. Thank you so much. Dr. Passing is my brother since I was a baby. Dr. Winurubi. Nice to see you. Professor Rao, I say call him Akinfeleye, but it's Akinfeleye. So, Prof, thank you so much for all you've done for every one of us. Professor Akinfeleye is a good teacher who inspires hope, ignites the imagination, and instills a love of learning. We've heard from everybody here. And I say, stand here proud and tall to say that for a lot of us that have passed through Prof, we wouldn't be where we are if we didn't go through your tutelage and your expertise and your knowledge. Professor Akinfeleye deeply, truly, and genuinely cares about his students. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Who else, like John said, will gather this array of journalists here? And apart from caring for his students, he cares about the profession. Every time we have a conversation about journalism, and he's worried about the way journalism is going. And I believe that is why we put this book together. So I look forward to reading the book, Prof. And at the same time, I hope that, we should not let journalism go down the drain. It's going on a downward spiral. And I'm not happy about that. And I think we all should do everything possible to bring back the dignity and professionalism of who a journalist should be. I had a not too nice experience a few months ago. this lady came, she went to study journalism, she went to intern, she interned about 3 or 4 media houses, and she came back to me and said, Auntie Akoka, I'm not doing journalism again. And she changed to another course. So for every one of us here, that journalism made us, we need to do something and see what we can, join hands together to ensure that we maintain the dignity of this profession. It's the most noble profession that I know, and I'm proud to have been trained as a journalist. And it prepared me for a lot of things, politics and everything. And I want to round up by saying, let me also shine and praise myself. When Uncle B was talking about NMMA, so I want Nigeria to get what I want. With that, can you imagine starting with John and those that I want to but I won as a reporter on television, and I was also on the television. So Prof, thank you very much. We appreciate you, we love you, may God's blessings keep you always, and may you and my dad stay young and blessed forever. My dad, thank you very much for coming.
Okay, on this note, it's my great pleasure and honor to unveil this book on behalf of Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, the Chancellor. Thank you very much.
Was on behalf of Aare Afe Babalola, SCN, the chairman of this occasion, founder ABUAD, and former chancellor of this institution, we are buying Aare's 50 copies of the book as follows: 10 copies for Afe Babalola University at Ekiti, 10 copies for the University of Lagos, 10 copies for the University of Ibadan, and 5 copies each for the chambers in Ibadan, Lagos, Abuja, and Bola, totaling 1,050,000 naira.
Thank you. 1,050,000 naira. Please put your hands together. Come on. The next is Dr. Shubando.
Well, I will be buying 10 copies of this book for 500,000.
Thank you. Dr. Shubando, 500,000 naira. President Alumni Worldwide.
Thank you very much. I concur with my boss and my boss here. So I'll call in the school set. Thank you.
Thank you. Same 500,000 naira. The Vice Chancellor of the University of Lagos. Great Akoka! Great Akoka! Greatest of the greatest of the great! On behalf of the 12 Vice Chancellor of the University of Lagos, Professor Ade-Ajayi, Fellow of the Academy of Science, the University of Lagos will purchase copies of these books for an undisclosed amount. Yes. You know, we are still civil servants. Please put your hands together. Our former Vice Chancellor, 11th Vice Chancellor of the University, Professor Aare Afe Babalola. Who's the longest?
Well, I'm no longer a public servant,
Public servant, yeah.
but I'm retired. But anyway, I'll buy 2 copies for 100,000 naira.
Thank you. Could you very well Thank you. Congratulations to Professor AKINFELEYE for all that have transpired here today. On behalf of my Bishop and Archbishop, the Most Reverend Dr. Humphrey Akoka, I will still confirm with him, but I know that he's going to buy some for his family members, some for the Diocese of Lagos, and some for the Ecclesiastical Province of Lagos. And I will support him as well. Thank you very much. God bless.
Up next is Professor Ade-Ajayi, representing the VC of LASU.
Good afternoon, all. I have the mandate of the Vice Chancellor of Lagos State University, the late Vice Chancellor, Professor Bola, LNI, to congratulate our father and the patron of the communication industry and scholarship in Nigeria, Professor AKINFELEYE, and to launch this book in handling 5 copies for 200,000 naira.
The next, all the way from the United States, Dr. Balofo, former student of the Prophet.
Yes. All the way from New York for you. All the way from New York for Professor Abe. And also a contributor in this book, so I was here. And I also present the class of 87, Mass Communication class of 87. I'm going to, how much should we put down?
Sir, I don't know about it. Sir, at the last launch that we have here, I launched the book for 1.5 million. So you can do your own thing.
Okay. We're going to put 200,000 down, and I don't know how many copies you can give us. And then later on, I will come to Dr. Pasi, and probably we're going to take 100 later. Thank you.
I think Bro deserves today's honor because he has contributed quite a lot into development of mass comm, training and practice. There's hardly any media station, media house you can get to in Nigeria that you not find an ex-student of Professor AKINFELEYE, even all the lecturers, you know. So yeah, he has done quite a lot, and he deserves this honor. It shows that his love and his contributions are immense.
Professor AKINFELEYE has been a mentor, a teacher. He is a wonderful teacher. I flew in from Abuja this morning to honor Professor AKINFELEYE. I'm happy I'm meeting a lot of my friends here, whom we have seen for quite a long time ago. So this is a happy reunion. Felicitated with Professor AKINFELEYE, and I wish him long life, good health, and abundance of grace.
Professor AKINFELEYE has been described as a teacher's teacher. Not only is he a teacher's teacher, he is also a molder of students. In my own case, personally, when I came to the University of Lagos in 1987, the first person that I met at the Department of Mass Communication was Professor AKINFELEYE. He was Dr. AKINFELEYE at that time. And he said to me, I have come to the best journalism school in Africa. And indeed, when we got to our first class, he announced to us that our set in 1987
had in our class the best student from the whole of West Africa at A levels. And he made that point to emphasize to us that we were indeed in a unique department because the best student in West Africa in that year, 1987, happened to be in our class. Well, okay, actually that was 1984 because I finished in 1987 my first degree. Then 3 years later, I came back again for my master's at the same department, and it was Dr. AKINFELEYE that supervised my thesis. He supervised my thesis for BSc, he supervised my thesis for MSc, and he also encouraged me to come back for a PhD program, and he also, supervised my thesis, although he didn't complete the job before he left. All right? So if I have to tell my story about Mass Communication University of Lagos, how I became a journalist, all my training, Doctor who became Professor Aare Afe Babalola will take a whole chapter in my book. So on this occasion of his launch of this book, I want to congratulate him again for all he has done for me personally and for a lot of my colleagues and for a lot of us who are practicing journalism in Nigeria today. We say, God bless him. We pray that God will keep him longer for us in good health, and he will continue to look as handsome as he was when I first met him in 1984. So, Prof, congratulations once again, and thank you for everything. God bless you.
They need to do that by examining their conscience and making sure they are trustees of the public trust, and that knowing fully that information is power and communication is the empowerment. And in our state of affairs, only Tinubu Baba here, little boy Tete Oba Bonkon, Tuba Boyingi, Inubaje. That is, if you don't have any bad news, you are not likely to be annoyed. So we are the processor of information. Have to be very careful and process our information for the benefit of others, and to be able to say the truth. And the Holy Bible said the truth, and the truth shall make you free. So, and truth is the cornerstone of good journalism, and that's what we learn in our Mass 101. And we should actually don't let anybody be discouraged. It's a beautiful profession. It's an enduring profession. It's a profession that you will like, and that you not even practice on art, you will continue to practice and reporting when you get to heaven.
Professor AFOLABI AKINFELEYE is my mentor, my professor. I am not wrong if I call him my father. I have known him for years, and he has been there for me, my lecturer, my professor, my supervisor, my counselor, my advisor to the highest level. He is an accomplished man, a silent achiever, and even though that he tried to be a silent achiever, his work speaks volume. It speaks for him. Well known worldwide, with accessibility to the highest personality that you can think of, from the common man to the presidency. And to single him out as the only African, black African in the World Council of Journalism in the whole world is an achievement for Africa, an achievement for Nigeria, an achievement for UNILAG, an achievement for we as students, an achievement for the great Ondo State, and a great achievement for Ibadan, which of course we are from the same state. And the fact that I'm here also speaks volume. I came all the way from the United States so I can be part of this book. I also contributed a chapter to that book, and for that reason I have a joy to be here, to be part of this. And it's a huge success, and you can see the numbers of the personalities that are here today to participate in the book presentation. So it's a wonderful feeling. You know, I feel elated. I feel very honored to be part of this great feat with a lot of personalities across the world, across all fields that you can see here. Chief Biodun Shobanjo, John Momo, the likes of Professor Bello, Rahman, the likes of Bike Dabiri, the likes of who else? Dr. Ruben Abati, who else is here? name all the personalities that are, here present. So that tells you that the book, the personality, is a great achievement of the century, if you ask me.
It's a privilege to be part and parcel of celebrating the icon of journalism, education and practice in Nigeria and Africa, Professor Akinfeleye, in whose honor scholars, practitioners have gathered to write a compendium, a 900-plus page book on issues affecting the fourth and the fifth estate of the realm. It's a must read for anyone that wants to have an overview of what the media industry is now and what it will be in the future. So I recommend the book for you to read. Thank you very much, and I wish Professor Aare Afe Babalola long life and prosperity, more power to his elbow, and may he continue to be the leading light in media and communication practice and scholarship in Nigeria and Africa.
It's a compendium. I think it's celebrating the professional academic life of our great teacher, Professor Aare Afe Akinfeleye. I wrote one of the chapters, but I can only ask the title because I wrote a long time ago, so I've forgotten the topic. It was a joy contributing to this publication to honor our teacher, Professor Aare Afe Akinfeleye. It's a compendium of a lot of interrogation of issues in the communication industry and in the academia of communication also. So I recommend it to everybody, especially scholars, students, professionals, as well as those teaching in the universities. It's a rich book, and I think anybody who reads it will gain a lot from it.